Welcome back. In the last segment, we reminded you to fall in love with your dream client, not your solution. This segment, we're going to get into some more detail. And the first thing I want to bring up is that you should be solving big problems. And when you fall in love with your client, not your solution, you should know full well what keeps your best clients awake at night. Think about how you can help them. Sometimes it's not that you can help them, but somebody you know can help them. And really, what you're looking for is that meaningful gateway conversation that opens up those doors and starts other conversations. So, what we want to do, really, really simple, is we want to become our best client's hero so that whenever they meet somebody who is like them, they want to introduce them to us. And that's how we're going to earn introductions. And one of the things you can do is you can ask your best clients, who do you know who could use our services to grow their business? Would you be willing to introduce us? And I will usually put it in more specific language. I'll say, who else do you know that's like you that maybe we could help? And by the way, if you're truly helping and you're solving big problems, they'll know and they'll be able to tell you who needs your help. So here are a few just quick little action steps. This is something we'll work on in the workshop. But the first thing is, if you don't know who your 10 best clients are with certainty, now's the time to figure it out. Again, easy path, you can skip this, but you'll have an easy life today, hard life tomorrow, or you can do a little bit of work today and you'll have a better life tomorrow. So take the time and identify who your top 10 best clients are, and then reach out to them and say, we're working on a diagnostic to help other clients like you find us and work with us. Would you mind giving us your thoughts? And this is the most important piece. Ask them what challenges they actually want and need help with. How can you serve them? And sit down and brainstorm with your team, with your colleagues, with your peers, key strategic partners. What are the solutions these clients need and in what order? So again, sometimes that means you're not today's solution, maybe you're next week's solution. But if you can solve the problem by bringing them to the person they need today, they will appreciate it. They'll bring their friends. And by the way, the key strategic partner will also appreciate it. They'll send their people your way. So by becoming a problem solver and identifying solutions, you build your strategic partners, but you also build your client referrals. And as you're going along, you want to customize and share solutions, seek their feedback. How could we improve? How could we make this better? And I promise you, the more you focus on solving problems, the more you'll earn introductions. They will happen. Now let's talk about systemizing referrals. And the reason we want to systemize them is there is this myth out there that if you survive on referrals or if your business is referral only, you're always struggling. Well, the reality is if you have a system for referrals, you will do better. You'll have more loyal clients who pay you more money more frequently, and they stay with you longer. So one thing we want to do is reduce referral friction. And what that is that we don't want it to be hard for your clients, your best clients, to introduce you to your next best client. So we want to make it easy. So we're looking at anything that's referral friction. And we'll talk about a workshop because workshop is really low friction. So one of the things I do with my best clients is I tell them how I want them to introduce me to my next client, my next best client, and I share what I will do as a result of the introduction. And what I love about the workshop, it takes all the guesswork out. It almost completely eliminates referral friction because they can say to their friends, "Hey, I know somebody who's doing a workshop. Would this interest you? Yes or no? Here's the details." So we've talked a lot about referrals, and I think one of the things I want to share just in terms of sort of wrapping up the referral section is why are referrals important? And the number one reason is that we can clone our best clients. Just again, I asked you to imagine earlier what would life be like if you could clone your 10 best, 20 best clients. This literally, it's the best of the best, and you can grow your business knowing that they're profitable, they're going to stay with you, and they're going to value you. Another thing I like about referrals is they're generally free or very low cost. Yes, you have to build a relationship. Yes, it takes time, but once you've built that relationship, as long as you do a little bit to maintain it, they'll keep coming back. So it's highly effective. Again, if you're looking at numbers, cold calling, cold advertising traffic, world-class salespeople are happy to close 20%. Generally, with referrals, most people can close 80 to 100%. So highly effective. The clients that come to you by referral and the clients that refer others to you are also less fee sensitive. They stay with you longer. The sales process is much shorter because they're being recommended by a friend, and a really high conversion rate. So it's literally the best of all worlds. You don't have to get better at marketing. You don't have to get better at sales. You just have to realize that building relationships can and should be an important strategy in your business. Now, there's some tips for referrals, just some recap pieces. I'll remind you, you want to define your best client. We do a client portfolio audit. What that does is we look at all of our clients and we put them in one of 5 buckets. The top tier are A clients. Those are our absolute best clients. We love them. We want to clone them. B clients are not quite A, but there's hope. So we want to nurture them and grow them into into A clients. We have the C clients who are less ideal than our B. Maybe we can convert them. Maybe we can improve them. Maybe we can't. Then we have D clients who probably aren't going to change, but maybe we're willing to put up with them. And then we have the absolute bottom. I'm just going to go to the F clients. Um, we don't want them, so we're going to find ways to transition them out. So the top 20% usually are your A clients, the next 20% are B, next 20% are C, next 20% are D, and the bottom 20% are F. Um, you can maybe try to salvage them, but my advice, if you have any way of doing it, politely send them to your competitors. Your business will thrive just for having gotten rid of the bottom tier, because literally your business is only as good as your lowest tier client. So if you have a bunch of low level clients, they will pull your business down. Third thing on this tips is you want to nurture those relationships. We've given you some strategies for that. One of the things I love to do with the team is brainstorm how could we improve the relationships. And then number 4, just remember you're earning referrals. That means you have to constantly work for it. It means you have to be deserving. And it also means that you must express gratitude. So earning referrals, it's not a given. It's something you should appreciate and find ways to reward your best clients when they make an introduction and bring you your next best client. One of the things I would bring up, I see a lot of people on LinkedIn and they're transactional, transactional, transactional. The thing about LinkedIn is your best clients hang out with other best clients. So you want to connect with all of them and build authentic relationships. You want to comment on their posts. You want to wish them a happy birthday. You want to congratulate them on a job. You want to congratulate them on anniversaries. Find things you can do to add value, like tagging something where you think, hey, you need to hear this. This is a good message. And the next one, point 4 and point 5, offer and earn introductions. Most people immediately go to, hey, I'd like you to introduce me to somebody. The best way to treat that is you introduce them to somebody. Hopefully, they'll introduce you to somebody. Now, you can't do it just expecting it, but the reality is if you introduce people to great people and you're deliberate and intentional, usually what comes back is another great introduction for you. So I put those in order of offer first, earn second. So you want to make sure you're offering introductions before you're earning. And again, don't be shy if you're truly adding value, if you're helping them, you're giving them value. Feel free to ask for introductions and say, hey, I see you know so and so. Would you mind introducing me? And I can't stress this enough. For some reason, social media, people think that manners go out the window, but always follow up. So if somebody makes an introduction, you want to thank them and you want to reach out to the potential client. There's nothing worse than an introduction where somebody takes the trouble, they introduce you to someone else, and then you don't thank them and you don't follow up. That is a good sign in my world. You need to be cut off. I've seen people who are very transactional and they just expect it and they don't appreciate it. One individual I introduced a bunch of people to, and it was interesting because he put them in his pipeline and started spamming them. You want to be careful who your clients are engaging with through you. Now, here's just a sample LinkedIn connection outreach. If you're looking to meet somebody new, you might thank so and so for introducing you. And then you'd say to the potential client, here's what I do, here's how I do it, and here's some of the things I help them avoid. If you think it is appropriate, I'd love to schedule a call to get to know one another. I don't know if we're fit to help you, but we can figure that out on a call. What is the best way for us to connect? Just a simple little template. It's easy and it doesn't take a lot of effort. And let them tell you what they need. Now, I'm going to share some advanced strategies and we're going to get into some workshops next, but let's go deeper on referrals. So one of the things we do to earn referrals is we have a stay in touch program, and we deliberately reach our best clients at least monthly, if not more. And we do that with a combination of greeting cards, just things telling them what's going on, share something timely or topical. And we have a monthly newsletter where we include our key strategic partners so that we're benefiting everybody. And the third way we keep in touch is we have a daily podcast so that we can share ideas and strategic partners with our network. So, one of the things we do in our workshops is we love to brainstorm. And I would challenge you to pause the video here and really dive deep on these questions and ask yourself, what can we communicate about? How are we going to engage our best clients? How do we stay in touch? What would be shareable for them to their friends? Think about what problems can we solve with communication, information? What other problems can we solve? And this is the value a lot of people miss, is who do we know who can solve more problems for our best clients? So bringing in an outside expert, bringing in speakers, there's ways you can add value, making introductions yourself, and always be asking, how can we add value and how can we use our key strategic partner plan and our network to add value to our clients? So by focusing on adding value, we never get into the how cheap are you conversations. We just focus on how do we solve big problems. Now we're going to get to the workshops in a moment, but first I want to share the final piece and then we'll break this video up and we'll have another one. We've created what we call the Braver growth process, and it's really an acronym. The BR is build relationships, AV is add value, and ER is earn referrals. So we just have the acronym Braver just as a reminder: build relationships, add value, earn referrals. And if you repeat that over and over, you will see growth. And really, we talk about the ABCs of a braver business or firm. And again, we're attracting our perfect prospects, we're bonding, turning them into dream clients, and we're cultivating relationships. So keep it simple. It doesn't need to be more complex than that. So we've created a little formula. This will be one of the last things I share before we go into the workshops. But the Braver Firm growth formula is about predictable and scalable growth. And we find that it's a combination of referrals plus workshops. And when you add those two together and you add the power of key strategic partnerships, it becomes exponential growth. So there are other ways you can grow a business. We believe this is the fastest. So you want to leverage referrals and workshops and then accelerate that through the power of key strategic partners. Now, in the next series, we're going to get into workshops. But for now, go back, watch this video again, and brainstorm how can we add value to our clients and our network. Thank you.